Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome to day 136 of A Year of Change. Today we're going to be adding a new person to our little group, to our adventuring party or band or whatever you want to call it. We don't really have a name for it yet. We should. It's been 4 months. I think that we should by now. Over the past couple of weeks, when we've been adding people, it's been people that have just sort of been starting out with YouTube. Whether or not they've just sort of started out with the weight loss thing or not, just that they're starting from scratch, basically, that we've caught them during the past couple of weeks, and this one's no different. I know that there are people out there that have, they've done it in the past and they've sort of gotten away from it that we've made contact with, and I'm going to continue in with that, but I think it's really important at the very beginning, when people are first starting out, especially if you can get them, so that, like in this case, someone that's been only doing this for a couple of weeks, that you let them know that there is support out there right away to sort of keep them on track, because we have seen it a number of times. I'm sure you've gone through YouTube and you've found weight loss vlogs yourself where people will just sort of start in for 2 or 3 weeks and then it peters off and then it eventually stops. And we will get to those people as well, let them know that we are out here and that we want them to come back. But I think it's really important to sort of start things off well, and the best way to do that would be to sort of share what we know. Share out. I don't even know if that's a term. Anyway, her name is Black Dove, and well, technically her name is Black Dove because there's X's in there. But we're just gonna say it's Black. Her name's Lori. There we go. We'll just use that. So I'm going to put her in the My Fellow YouTubers playlist again. I didn't know whether to put her under X's or B's, because generally we just put them in there in alphabetical order, but I'm going to put her under B just because I figure that as things progress, we're going to find more people with special characters in there. I highly doubt that her intention was to say, no, it's just all one word, because it's incredibly hard to pronounce. So we'll put her under B. That's where she will be. Yes. Anyway, she had started her vlog about 2 weeks ago, near the end of July. And when she first started off, it was, she had lost some weight in the past, quite a bit of weight actually, about 80 pounds. But she wanted to start in a vlog again just because she felt that she had started to gain that back and she wanted to sort of get back on track to where she was before. And just like the majority of people that we found on YouTube, there is that desire to help other people that sort of goes along with it, so that when people are watching and whether they take anything from it or not each individual time, overall there's something there that hopefully someone else is going to look at and say, I can do this, I can try this person's doing it, and give them that little boost and that little bit of inspiration to try themselves. And it's something that we found right across the board with everyone that we made contact with, is that it's usually not just someone saying, oh well, I need people to watch so that I can, make money off YouTube while I'm losing weight and pay for a gym and everything else. A lot of it is them saying, here's my story, here's my journey, for lack of a better term, and, hopefully it's going to help someone else along the way. And it's something that's just sort of is a common theme with everyone that comes on YouTube, I think. Well, for weight loss on YouTube anyway. Some people are just asses, but you'll see it with her as well as she's going through. Now, one thing as well is that, I keep saying as well, I need to stop. Also as well, during her first couple of weeks, it's been a rough go. It's been a really rough start for her. And, I mean, generally when we first start things out, we usually will say, we'll make up pretty much any excuse and say, well, I've had someone over, so I couldn't really do anything there, and well, my friend is going out and having a celebration, so I didn't really want to start then. These aren't the sort of bumpy setbacks that she's had. She's had some real ones. Getting a flat tire, so she couldn't go anywhere, so that sort of cut that gym trip short. And just sort of getting things started. We've all been there where, especially, she's on MyFitnessPal as well, so when she's just first starting out, and realizing, it's 6 o'clock at night and you go, I'm already over. Oops. Oh, well. And then just sort of keep on going that way. It does take time to sort of get into that groove. where you're meeting your calorie goals. And I mean, it's taken us 4 months to get to the stage where we are. So, just sort of that rocky start, it hasn't really discouraged her. She's still posting. She's, every few days, she's still trying. She did eventually get to go to the gym with a friend of hers. So that she is still making that attempt. And I think that's something that, every person that we've added so far has brought something different to the channel. Whether it's just being able to say, here's a new, method I'm trying. Here's a new product I'm trying, I guess. Something like that. I was going to just say the same thing over again. Whether it's something new that they've brought in, or whether it's, just sharing their stories or sharing a history that they've had, if they've already reached their goals. Or if it's just even at times like we do on Wednesdays, and like Amy did a few days ago, when she's, try something new. They all have something that they can bring. And I think that with this, just being able to see someone right from the very beginning and say, there are setbacks that you're going to run into. But here's how you can overcome them. Here's what we did. Here are just, with everything bad going on, still being able to say, no, I'm going to stick with it. It's rough going, and, haven't found my footing yet, but still sticking with it, I think is something that's really, really important. Because we had a fairly easy start when we did ours. We started off with that first week just tracking things, and then slowly inching our way towards where we are now. But, there are some people that will just sort of dive right in. It's not something that can work for me, obviously, because I tried it before. And you get all enthusiastic and gung-ho and like, let's go, we can do it. And it's, for some people, that's not going to work. It seems to be working well for her. It's just finding that footing, especially when you've been away from it for a while, is really difficult. But the main thing I think is really important that I came out wrong too. My grammar is all off today. I'm sorry. The main thing, however, is that I feel we should be sort of putting our foot forward as well, and letting her know that there are people out there that are watching. There are people out there that she can go to for support, and that she can take little bits of information from all of us, whether it's, a diet method that someone's using, or whether it's an exercise program that someone's using, or whether it's simply just a matter of saying, well, here's what I found worked for me, here's what I found worked for them. There's always going to be something there. And more importantly, being there to say, you know what, we're out there, we're watching, and there is a support group out there. There's a small community that we're slowly building up, of different people that will be there if you're having a rough day and saying, I really, really, really want a brownie, which we all have that day. I don't even like chocolate, and I like brownies. So that should say something for brownies. But just being able to have someone that you can talk to back and forth, and when you're having those rough moments, go in and say, I'm not alone. There's someone else out there that is doing the same thing, and they've had some success, they've had some failures, and just we've all been there. We've all had those weeks where things are going really, really well. We've all had those weeks where we're just at a plateau, and it just seems like it's not going anywhere forever. We've had those weeks where we've gained, and you go back and you try to figure out what went wrong, and it's just trying to avoid that discouragement, and being able to go to other people and just saying, like, this just isn't working. What am I doing wrong? And sometimes it's not a matter of you just overeating again or going back into junk food. It's something that just needs to get tweaked. It's something that's fairly new to all of us. We've gone through all the different diets, and we've gone through all the different fads and everything else, but getting to a point like now where we're actually, changing our habits, and getting to a point where we're eating properly and we're exercising properly, regularly, I should say, maybe not properly, slow but sure. We're getting to a point where it's becoming a pattern in our lives, and it's something that's still very new to a lot of us, myself included, in that there are going to be those moments when you get stuck and you don't know where to go from here. And you just think, I'm lost. I'm doing everything right. I haven't changed. I haven't, started overeating. My exercise is still the same, but I'm not, there's no change one way or the other. And there should be. So there are those people that are out there that can say, well, it's, because you've added this on there, or maybe it's because, you're adding muscle, however you're exercising, that maybe the fat is going, but you're adding muscle as well. It doesn't turn from fat into muscle. So that's not how it works. There could be a number of things. It could just be that your body's become used to it, so you need to tweak something again. Just having those little bits of information back and forth that we've seen among the people in the community has been very helpful, I think, for quite a few people. And the different insights that they can bring to it, and the different attitudes and everything else, and their stories especially, where whether they're good or bad, are always useful. And if for no other reason than to make others feel better and say, okay, I'm not alone in this. There are people out there that are going through the exact same thing. So I'm going to put her in. I've sort of gone off on a bit of a tangent here, haven't I? I'm sorry. She's been continuing posting every couple of days. So go up. I'm going to send her a quick message as well, like I normally do, just to sort of let her know. I know that sometimes when I'm going through these, because I try to get things so that it's very personal. It's not like a form letter or anything. And though when I go through it, and Nina had said this as well, that people might seem to think it's spam. That's why I may not have heard from a couple of people. So I'm trying to think of some way of, sort of at the very least, at the very opening sentence, just to say, hi, this is not spam, without saying, hi, this is not spam, and without being too creepy and personal. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to send her a quick message just to let her know that we're out here and that there are people out there that are watching. So go up, take a look at her channel. I was going to say Black Dove, but there's X's all over the place in there as well. But pretty sure it's just for decoration. If not, sorry. But I'm going to put her in the playlist as well, so you'll be able to go in, take a look, and go in and subscribe. Make sure that she knows that there are people out there that are watching and that are supportive, and that there are people that she can go to and contact when she's having those rough moments, or if she's having those setbacks, or if she's having some success, and being able to share it with other people and just say, like, I lost 2 pounds this week, or, I've been able to go back to the gym and, I feel like I'm making progress. The good and the bad. I think it's important that we share that back and forth between all of us, because I think that's really more than, I don't want to say more than the exercise and the dieting, but I think it's a huge, huge part of being able to continue on with this, with success, is not being alone in it. Knowing that there are other people out there that are going through the same thing, that you can talk back and forth, and we can comment on each other's videos and things like that. And being able to say to each other, yes, you're having a great week, or no, you're having a rough week, but we understand. Whatever the situation is, the diets, the exercise, all the other stuff that we're doing, that is going to help. But I think that morale boost of having people that we can communicate with back and forth is a huge, huge part of what we're trying to do. And a lot of people call this a journey, and it really is a very, very good term for it, I think, because it doesn't make it sound like it's something that's okay, it's going to be short term, I'm going to get to where I need to be, and then I'm done. I think it's just going to be an ongoing process. And I've said before, this is something that we're going to need to carry on for years and years and years, because it's very easy to sort of slip back into those old habits, which is where we start, gaining that back, and getting discouraged is, one of those things that's going to sort of trip us up. But I think if we have that support of the community back and forth and saying, yes, you're having a really rough week. It could be this, it could be that, it could be any number of things, but don't give up. We're still out there, we're still watching, we're still supporting you, and in the long run, we know you can do it. So go up to her channel, take a look around, subscribe, and send her some support, and hopefully my letter won't be seen as creepy spam, one way or the other. Anyway, just to sort of give her that boost, and again, to say, let's go, we can do this. So that's it for this video. I'm going to keep this one fairly short, I think. Oh, it is. There we go. Under 15 minutes once again. I'm getting better. I'm trying really, really hard. Trying to get things organized so that things are under 15 minutes. Because I have had some lengthy ones as of late. But go up to her channel, take a look around, and I'm repeating myself once again. Damn, I had it. It was under 15 and I was on my way out. Anyway, that's it for this video once again. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please poke the like button for me. And in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.